Hi there, Will here with Just in Time Prepping. Hey, I just want to let you guys know I haven't been on for a few days because I've been handling a death of a dear friend. And so, because I had to deal with that, and I really didn't feel like coming and talking to you folks for a few days, I needed to deal with my own inner self, I guess. And so that really got me started to thinking about when shit hits the fan, what we have to do as leaders or as people that are being preparing for when shit hits the fan, that we have to be prepared mentally. Not just to have our food and our shelter and our water and all of the stuff that we collect along the way, our medical supplies and our weapons, and we have to have the plan put together and know what to do when it happens, and all the things that we've been talking about all these months. The one thing I haven't been thought about, and what I haven't really talked about, is we need to be mentally prepared. And what I mean by that is, I guess you have to be right with your higher power. Some people say the Lord or God or whatever. Uh, I believe in a supreme being. I actually believe in a higher power, and I'm not one of those guys that goes to church every week and prays to God. I have my own way of dealing with those things. I do believe in a higher being, and I do believe that when we die and leave this body, that we go to somewhere else, something better. But as far as going to the church and praying to God and all that stuff, I don't do that. I don't hold against people that do. I'm not a churchy type person. But I believe in a higher power. I do pray, but I do everything in my own way. I don't judge people that do go to church. They have their own way, and I have my own way, and that's just the way it is. So I guess I want to talk today about being prepared for when you lose a family member or a good friend or something in those lines. I mean, the person that I lost that was in my life, it was like family to me. It was like a brother. So I was not really expecting it to happen. I had just talked to him not long ago, and he was doing great, and you just never know what's going to happen. So the big thing is knowing mentally to be able to figure out what you're going to do when something like that happens, when shit hits the fan. I talk about all these things, the water and the water and the clothing and the shelter and the weapons, and we talk about just about everything that we can think of under the sun. I've made quite a few videos since I've started this, and we talk about everything, but haven't ever talked about getting right in your head. When you guys think about it, when something really big happens, shit hits the fan, like a war or a natural disaster like a hurricane or an earthquake or something like that, are we truly prepared mentally to be able to deal with that? And so that's sort of what I was wanting to talk to you guys about. I really never thought about it until I lost this really dear friend, and I thought, well, maybe we should just talk about that on Just in Time Prepping. So the big thing is, we know that when shit hits the fan, that the weak and the sick are probably going to be dying off pretty fast. And if you guys know my history, you know that I have some issues with my health. And so I am really one of those guys that make sure that I'm going to be able to at least stick around part of the way through Armageddon or zombie apocalypse or whatever you guys want to call it, But the thing is, I have to have special things to help me survive. So I supply myself with those kind of things. And so that's really what you really have to do is you have to start thinking about that so that as we plunder through going through shit hits the fan, all hell breaks loose, whatever you want to call it, apocalypse, the end of times, whatever. And when it happens, you want to make sure that you're ready for it. So we have to be mentally prepared. And I really never thought about it until recently. And as you guys know, I've taken a few days off to kind of ponder through all this. And it I don't know, I don't think anybody can really, I'm trying to think of the right word, be prepared to lose somebody close to you. But when it happens, you have to be able to handle it in your own way, through God or through your supreme being, whatever that is for you. So I guess the best thing for me to say is get right with God. Get right with your supreme being. I'm not telling you have to go to church every day because I don't do that, but figure out what you're going to do. I mean, it's important. It's going to be an important part of when shit hits the fan. Because if you don't take care of it, then you're going to be stopping right in the middle of something and having a breakdown, or somebody's going to look at you and say, "What are you doing?" And you're going to say, "I don't really know." So if we just think about it, be right with God, be right with yourself. Figure out what you really want to do, and try to stick to it. And remember that when the time comes, the weak and the sick are going to be the first to go. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're not finding out ways to make yourself last longer, if you're not finding out ways to set everything up so that your family can continue on if something were to happen to you, then you're not doing everything that you have to do to prepare. And so that's really what I want to talk about, and that's all I'm going to leave you with for today, because there's a lot for you to sit and think about. What are you going to do if shit hits the fan and your significant other or your wife or your son or your daughter or somebody like that decides they have to go, and I really never thought about it until recently. So this is what this video is all about. Think about what you're going to do and make sure that you have everything in line. Make sure that you know how you're going to handle it, how you're going to handle the people around you when it happens. Make sure that you're going to be prepared completely, mentally, physically. That's really all I have. I wanted to get back on here. I'm going to start making my videos again because that's what I want to do. I want you guys to grow that big super list with me, but I want you to start being prepared mentally. Mentally is going to be a big thing when shit hits the fan. You save all the stuff up you want, get your bunker ready or get you bug out or bug in or whatever. But what are you going to do when catastrophe like significant other or wife or son or daughter passes away? And what are you going to do when that happens? And how are you going to handle yourself and the people around you? So that's what I have. So leave me some comments down below. Don't forget, leave those comments. And tell me what you guys think you should do. Or tell me what maybe I should do. But leave some comments and let's talk about it, because these are all things that you need to know. You have to be prepared. You have to be in it right with God. You have to have it all figured out in your head. Figure it out. Let me know. There'll be some info down in the description letting you know how to get in touch with me. Leave some comments. Don't be afraid to leave some comments, because that's what I want to. I look forward to. I answer all my comments. Ask the people that are leaving comments. I answer them all. That's all I have. Catch you guys next time. God bless, and God bless the US of A. Bye.